Hi everybody, it's Lisa Marie here. Hi my sweet lifers. Listen, it's time to show you the holiday home tour. We've been doing several different things on the channel to show you different things about getting ready for the holidays. We did the candle making last week, and then we did a beautiful wreath making, and of course we had the time lapse earlier in the season of the big tree. But tonight I'm going to show you in my home and all the different areas that I decorated this year. Each year I do things a little different because I've got families coming to see me for photos, and so I want their backdrops and all the different trees to be different from year to year. So welcome to my home. Merry Christmas and happy holidays, and I'll show you what we got, what we did. Obviously the front door is, the typical front door, but this year I put a tree out. Sometimes I put a Santa, but come on in. So as you can see, the staircase is all decked out this year. I did this year, I used the ribbons that I used from last year on the front door. I actually used them this year on the staircase. And I added in these balls, which I think are lovely. And it actually ties in with the tree and also with the mantle. And you guys know that I like to have things coordinated. So you've got your four main spots, remember from all the other home tours, your front door, your tablescape, your mantle, and your staircase. But obviously, Christmas time, you've got all kinds of other places to decorate as well. This year, I ran a beautiful runner with a sleigh and some reindeer and just clipped all of our cards that we've been receiving. Every single day, it seems like we're getting more and more cards. And a lot of my cards, take a look at these. These cards are actually my work or my families. I love that when they send me the photos that I've shot of them in the studio for their families as well. It makes me feel like I'm part of their family too. Back here we've got the beautiful Eiffel tree that you guys have been watching me do all kinds of decorations on each season. This year I actually went in and used some of this ribbon. I found this ribbon in North Carolina about 10 years ago, and it got stuck in the attic. And when we went through and organized this year all of our ornaments, I located this ribbon and I just love it. It reminds me of the wallpaper that my mother and father had in their bathroom when I was a little girl. And so I think I just may leave this ribbon on this Eiffel tree all year long and just interchange out all the different decorations as we now go into Valentine's Day in just a few weeks. So the tablescape this year and the dining room in general is completely different. I've done a really neat stacking with using Mother's uh, candelabra that she had. You guys know that she passed away in May, and so this is our first Christmas without her. And so I've got that there. And then I did a really nice tablescape here with the red sparkle placemat and the pewter charger. And then I did interplay both the golds and the silvers with the little sparkles of the red. Over here you'll see the tree I made for Mom this year. This is a new tree. This is in honor of my mother-in-law. And on the tree I've got beautiful doves, feathers. Her favorite color was coral. So I've interplayed a lot of that. I found these really cool, like glass, leaded, beaded kind of looking ornaments, tiny in different jewel tones. Really, really pretty. And of course, there's a snow baby that she gave one of the children one year for Christmas. It's a rattle. And so this is a beautiful tribute to her. And this is where we'll have our family meal tomorrow for Christmas. Over here, I want to show you the piano. Over here I've got on the piano this year a little bit different. Normally I put a big tree in the middle, and this year I let the children that are married take that tree to their house and use it to decorate with. So I incorporated two different trees and redid and reconfigured all the photography. And I'm very happy because I've got me and Daddy here from our wedding. I've got Sissy here from her wedding. I've got my grandparents, Granny and Big Daddy, from their wedding. Brian's mother and father from their wedding. I've got my mommy and daddy from their wedding. I just really love the fact that we've got all these family generations celebrated during the holidays as well, for those that are not here with us anymore. Over here, I've got a sweet little sort of little collage of things. I've got some dolls that my husband brought back from North Carolina that were my mother's. And I've got this really beautiful Santa that I've always loved, sort of as a centerpiece display right here in the little nook and cranny, little nook and cove. Over here, I've got my old fashioned Santa, and I have left this arrangement. Sometimes I'll change this out, but this year I did leave it in because it's pretty and it works. And I've left this as well. You guys will recall that I've got the candelabras on either side, and then I just left the green ribbon. This matches what we already had, so I saw no need to change it, just to add a little more. I found this beautiful, it's alive, obviously, Christmas cactus at the grocery store the other day, and it was blooming really, really good a couple of days ago. But it's just beautiful because it's two-toned for Christmas. It's red and green and white. This little nativity is brand new. I found it just on sale at one of the little home stores, and I just think it's so sweet to incorporate that. You'll see me having sprinkled nativities all over the house. Over here on the bar, let me pull this tea down. I'll show you this. I've got another nativity set. I've got here where you've got both my reindeer as well as the really neat little sayings. You've seen those on the channel as well with Father Andrew in our Sweet Life in Christ show that we do. I just picked those up and used those here because that's really important. What we're celebrating in the season is faith, hope, peace, and love. So it made sense to me to incorporate that there as well. Over here we've got the big tree, right? We showed you that being made and put together on the time lapse. And by this time we've got all the presents underneath it because it's time to start celebrating the holiday this evening on Christmas Eve. Over here I want to show you, I've got my little collection of elves. This artist I found in North Carolina, and I've been collecting his work for a long, long time. And this is a perfect place to have them all displayed. This particular one looks like my Nana, and I just love her. And then this one right here looks like my grandmother, Granny, my other grandmother, Granny. So I've got Granny and I've got Nana in dolls right here with my cardinals and a few other little things displayed right around the tree. Back over here, you'll see the mantle is actually decorated fairly similar to the main tree and also to the staircase. You've got, this year we used the red and the gold balls, really beautiful, bold, bronzy colored poinsettias. The velveteen ribbon that I showed you on the tree, I actually have incorporated the velveteen ribbon yet again here on the mantle. And of course we've got our stockings, and I love to do the drape, but just really makes a statement if you can find some pretty garland and do a little drape around and intersperse your stockings. That really sparkles up everything. So over here I wanted to show you our tree that we have in the presentation room. Now before I do that, I wanted to bring this to your attention. This is a beautiful piece that I found that was actually broken over at another home store, and that was the very last one. And this is a piece that I actually want to hold out all year long and have in the house. Many of you guys know that I started seminary in the fall, and we didn't really have a whole lot. We have a few crosses on all the doors and things like that, but we didn't really have a whole lot of other things other than the holiday stuff with sparkles all over it that we would put out all year long. But this particular piece spoke to me, and I brought him home, and I actually painted his beard, and I repaired his hair, and I really made it look like it doesn't even look like it's broken at all. So I'm really pleased to have found this piece as a new piece for the house. This little teddy bear was my mother's teddy bear. It came back as well from a trip to North Carolina this year, and it's all tattered and torn, but I love it because it's like he's got his hands up in the air and he's saying joy to the world. We've got our little sign in for our families that are coming to visit us, and friends and neighbors. And so it's just a really nice way to greet people when they come into your home. For me, it's my mother's guest book, and so it's just a tradition we're going to continue to carry on now that she's no longer with us. Over here in this room, I've got this tree that I've been working on with you guys. I've got the Jesse tree, and many of you have been following me for the last 28 days with a scripture every single day that describes what's going on in building the Jesse tree, from the very first day with the earth all the way till this evening with the baby Jesus in a manger. And so tonight we'll complete this for this room, and then we'll celebrate that tomorrow and have that as our centerpiece while we're opening our presents. Over here is the tree that we actually had for Santa Claus. And honestly, it is as whimsical and magical as it looks. I really love these little candies. Years and years I've done different things with these ornaments. This year I just really concentrated on the peppermint, and it looks lovely. I found these little guys. You'll see these again in a minute when we go to the kitchen, and I'll show you what I did in there. I just love the way that this turned out. And normally it's not like me to actually do a tree with a colored light on it, but because of the whimsicalness of this tree, and there's another one in the kitchen I'll show you and it'll make sense to you there, it made sense to just put something really sweet on there that's really appealing to children. So that's what this tree is, and that's where it came from. And we photographed it for, gosh, probably a month in the studio, and then pulled it out and brought it in here to enjoy it by the coffee bar as the family members come in to visit and celebrate the holiday. We're going to scoot back around that direction, and I'm going to show you what I've done in the kitchen, because the kitchen is really the heart of my home. You guys know that. We've been in there a lot together with the cooking show, and I want to show you what I've done in here. So I've got a beautiful display for the bar. I found this beautiful angel. I just love bold felt. It's one of my most favorite things. I've got some birdhouses like that hanging in the dining room. I've got a pair of slippers that have poinsettias on them for Christmas that I'll wear tomorrow morning. I love that, and I would love to learn how to do that craft. It's one of the things I'd like to figure out how to do for you guys, and also just to have on my channel for my great-grandkids to see. Found this really neat little believe sign, and I'm really excited about how well it incorporates into this teapot and these beautiful little teacups with the faces on them. I got this set from a dear friend probably 15 years ago, and that's what's so wonderful about the holiday, is that when you have different things that people have given you from year to year, you're actually able to bring them out each year and remember that person and remember the times that you spent together. And so it's really lovely to see that and have that. Over here I've got this neat little station set up. I did a little tiny tree here. I did, this is my pasta bowl, guys, and my Santa Claus cookie jar broke, but I did not throw him away because the top's just as lovely as it was the day I bought him. So I just put him down in there and filled in with the chocolates, and we've really been enjoying the way that that looks, because it's just something simple to use, like when I did the wreaths, finding things from the old stuff and not letting it go because you might find a new way to use it. Over here we've got let me show you this direction. Over here we've got another Eiffel Tower. And this Eiffel Tower I love because each one of these have little names on them of everybody in the family. Except for, of course, me. You can never find Alisa anywhere. So I have to be mom. Not that I mind being mom, but everybody else actually has a ball with their name actually spelled correctly on it. But anyway, this is really nice because, like I told you in earlier videos, it incorporates the Eiffel Tower at the front with the Eiffel Tower here. Typically, this is actually in the middle of the dining room table, but my son-in-law said it was hard for him to see me. And so I decided this year I would do something a little bit smaller there. So that's why it's over here. And then I wanted to show you what I've done in here. This is probably my best kitchen that I've ever done for the holiday. I've got these cute little pedestals that I have been using all year long, and I've put on them just a simple little napkin ring, and I've got the same ornaments that I found that are on the whimsical tree for the children with Santa just right there. These are all old ornaments from years gone by. Keys. I just really put something down that I thought would be really, really sweet. Again, here you've got a green sparkle with the red overlay. In the dining room, you'll remember, I've got the red sparkle with the green overlay. Same company, same style, same feeling, but a completely different look in terms of what your table looks like. Back here, I've got my old Santa Claus that I've had for years and years and years. And he's had a broken leg and a broken arm, and you know what? Broken thumb too. And I came and brought him down from the attic, and I came in here with some paint, and I spiffed him up a little bit, and he looks pretty good to me. Somebody's drawn a little S with a crayon on his forehead. I'm going to have to get some paint and fix that up too. But that's what's nice about having children in the house, is that sometimes they like to decorate, and I'm all about letting them be little artists, that's for sure. This is the other tree I was telling you about, and this is my best bow of the year. If I were going to give myself an award for the different types of decorations, this particular bow is by far the best bow I've made this year. I love the leopard. You guys know that. I love red. You know that too, and green. That's my whole house all year long. I live in the North Pole colors all year long. But I wanted you to take a peek at this. You guys remember in the very beginning of the channel when I did the cooking show with Carl, I had two trees on the bar in the kitchen during the show. And on those trees, I had different ornaments that were glass of food, broccoli and hot dogs and avocado toast and all the things, sushi, tacos, blueberries. My dear, dear friend Andrea, who's also my partner in real estate, she found more and gave me lots more for my birthday this year. And so this year for Christmas, I decided, since we're in the kitchen and this is food, that I would put together a tree that's specifically for the kitchen with the food on it. So anyway, listen, I hope that you guys have found some value in this. I mean, I know that everybody always calls me back or texts me and says, hey, thank you so much for showing me what you did this year. But if you did, do me a favor, like and share. Please consider subscribing to the channel. We are growing. We are absolutely growing by leaps and bounds. We were at 40,000 views back in September, and now we're over 60,000 views, and it's just the very end of December. So hopefully that'll be the progress that we make as we go into 2023 together. And I look forward to seeing you there on the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy time with your family and friends, that you've enjoyed seeing my decorations this year for the holiday home tour, and that you have a very Merry Christmas. We'll see you soon. Take care.